Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Leo and Mia English Podcast. I'm Leo, and today's topic is one that I genuinely love, but honestly, I don't do enough of. And I think a lot of you will feel the same way.
Hi, friends. I'm Mia, and we are talking about reading habits today. Not reading for school or exams, reading for yourself, for pleasure, for growth, for your life.
This is episode 7 of our Daily Habits series, and we're at level B1 today, so expect richer vocabulary, deeper ideas, and a genuinely enjoyable conversation.
Whether you are an avid reader or someone who hasn't finished a book in years, this episode is for you. Let's dive in.
Mia, I have to ask, are you a big reader? Do you actually read books regularly?
I really am. I try to read every single day, usually before bed. Right now, I'm reading a book about habits, actually. Very fitting for this series. What about you, Leo?
I want to be a reader. I really do. I have a whole shelf of books I've bought but never finished. Some of them I haven't even opened. They just sit there looking at me.
Ha! That shelf actually has a name, you know. In Japanese, it's called tsundoku. Buying books and letting them pile up without reading them. You are not alone, Leo. Millions of people have a tsundoku shelf.
Tsundoku! I love that word. My Tsundoku collection is honestly very impressive. Maybe I should read the books instead of buying more, though.
That's exactly the goal. And honestly, the reason most people don't read regularly is not because they dislike reading. It's because they never built the habit. They wait for motivation, and motivation rarely shows up on its own.
So building the reading habit is the real challenge. Not finding good books, but actually sitting down and reading them. That's what we're going to talk about today.
Let's start with the big question. Why does reading matter? Because a lot of people think, I learn everything I need from YouTube, podcasts, social media. Why do I need books?
Honestly, that is exactly what I used to think. I watch documentaries, I listen to podcasts, I read articles online. Is a book really so different?
It really is different, and here's why. A book gives you something that most other media simply can't. Deep, sustained focus on one idea. A YouTube video is 7 minutes. A podcast episode is 30 minutes. A book? It gives you hundreds of pages of carefully developed, deeply considered thinking.
So it's about depth, going much deeper into a topic than any short video can.
Exactly. Think of it like this. A YouTube video is a photograph of a landscape. Beautiful, clear, quick to enjoy. But a book is actually walking through that landscape yourself. You feel the ground under your feet. You notice things you would never see in a photo. The experience goes so much deeper.
I love that image, a photograph versus actually being there. And what about fiction, Mia? Does reading novels count, or is that just for entertainment?
Reading fiction is incredibly valuable, and research backs this up. When you read a novel, you live inside another person's experience. You understand how they think, how they feel, what they fear, and what they love. Studies show that regular fiction readers develop stronger empathy, the ability to genuinely understand and share other people's feelings.
That's fascinating. So fiction isn't just entertainment, It's actually training your brain to understand other people better.
Exactly. And there are other cognitive benefits too. Regular reading improves your vocabulary, your concentration span, and your ability to think analytically. It's a full workout for your brain. And unlike going to the gym, most people find it genuinely enjoyable once they get into the habit.
Okay, I'm completely convinced. Reading is genuinely important for knowledge, for empathy, for brain health. The problem for me is still the same though. How do I actually do it? How do I make it a real lasting habit? And it's not just nonfiction. Even reading novels in English helps you absorb vocabulary and grammar patterns naturally without sitting in a classroom. That's one of the best ways to improve your English.
That's exactly what we'll cover next. And listeners, how much do you currently read? Every day? Once a week? Once a year? Or are you also staring guiltily at your Sundoku shelf right now? Tell us in the comments.
Mia, let's get very practical. I genuinely want to read more, but I never follow through. I tell myself I'll read tonight, and then I end up watching TV or going on my phone instead. What is the real solution?
The most important thing I've learned about building any new habit is this. Start embarrassingly small. Not one chapter a night, not 30 minutes a day. Start with just 2 pages.
2 pages? That sounds almost too small to make a difference.
That's exactly the point. When something feels almost too easy, you actually do it. And once you open the book and read 2 pages, most of the time you keep going naturally. Because the hardest part is just starting. Opening the book is the real barrier, not the reading itself.
So the friction of starting is the problem, not the reading itself once I'm into it.
Perfectly put. Think of it like a cold shower. You absolutely don't want to step in. But once you're under the water, you're completely fine. Reading is the same. Just get yourself to open the book. The rest follows naturally from there.
That is a really useful reframe. So my daily commitment is just open the book. That's all I need to promise myself each day.
And the other crucial ingredient? Your reading environment. Where you read matters enormously. If your phone is next to you, you will pick it up, guaranteed. So create a reading-only space. A comfortable chair, good light, phone in another room.
A dedicated reading corner. Like how having a gym at home makes you more likely to exercise, having a reading chair makes you more likely to read.
Exactly. Your environment shapes your behavior far more powerfully than your willpower does. If you design your space for the habit you want, the habit becomes much easier to maintain.
Design your environment for the habits you want. I love that principle. And what time of day is best to read? Morning, evening, during lunch?
The best time is simply whatever time you can actually protect and keep consistent. For many people, reading before bed works beautifully. It signals to the brain that the day is winding down, which also helps sleep. Others prefer reading with their morning coffee before the day gets busy and unpredictable. There's no wrong answer, only the time you will consistently show up for.
Okay, new angle. Reading smarter. Because I think a lot of people, myself very much included, feel guilty if they don't finish every book they start. Is that actually a healthy attitude?
Absolutely not. And that guilt is honestly one of the biggest things that stops people from reading in the first place. They start a book they're not enjoying, they feel stuck, they feel guilty for not finishing, and eventually they stop reading altogether.
I have definitely done that. I started a very famous novel last year. I disliked it after 50 pages, but I kept going because I felt I should finish it. It took me 6 months and I resented every single page.
6 months of misery for a book you didn't enjoy. Here is a truly liberating rule. Give a book 50 pages. If you genuinely don't enjoy it by page 50, put it down. No guilt. Life is too short for books that aren't right for you right now. There are millions of wonderful books out there. Don't waste precious reading time on one that isn't working.
I love that. I have permission to put down a book, but doesn't that feel like giving up?
There's a real difference between giving up and choosing wisely. Choosing to stop a book you dislike and picking up one you love, that's wisdom, not weakness. You're protecting your reading time and keeping the habit enjoyable. And an enjoyable habit is one you actually maintain long term.
That makes complete sense. Okay, what else can we do to read smarter? Because sometimes I finish a whole book and then forget everything in it a month later. What's the point of reading if nothing sticks?
This is such a crucial point. Reading without any active engagement is like eating without chewing. The content passes through, but your brain doesn't really absorb or retain it.
Okay, so what do we actually do to make it stick?
A few things that work really well. First, underline or highlight sentences that genuinely surprise you or resonate with you. The act of marking something makes your brain pay significantly more attention to it. Second, after each chapter, close the book and spend 30 seconds summarizing what you just read in your own words, out loud, in your head, or in a small notebook.
That 30-second summary idea is really smart. It's like testing yourself on what you just read, which is actually how memory works, right?
Exactly. And third, talk about what you're reading with other people. Tell a friend about a chapter you found interesting. Recommend a book you loved. Even just saying, I read something fascinating today. Let me tell you about it. Cements the memory far better than silent reading alone. Teaching is the deepest form of learning. Listeners, do you have any tricks that help you remember what you read? Share them in the comments.
Word of the day time, 3B1 words from today's reading episode. I am genuinely excited about these ones. Mia, let's go.
Word number 1, AVID. A-V-I-D. AVID. AVID means very keen and enthusiastic about something. You do it a lot and you truly love it. For example, she is an avid reader who finishes 2 or 3 books every single month.
Avid. I genuinely want to become an avid reader one day. Right now, I am more of an avid book buyer who actually reads very little. But one step at a time, 2 pages a day, starting tonight.
Word number 2, absorb. A-B-S-O-R-B. Absorb. Absorb means to take in information and understand it so fully that it stays with you. For example, reading slowly and making notes helps you absorb ideas much more deeply.
Absorb. I need to read in a way that helps me actually absorb the content, not just let the words pass through my eyes without any real meaning staying behind. Highlighting, summarizing, talking about it, that's the way.
Word number 3, consistent. 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 Consistent means doing something regularly, the same way, over a long period of time. For example, reading just 10 minutes every day is far more effective than reading for 2 hours once a week, because it's consistent.
Consistent. A small, consistent reading habit beats a big, irregular one every single time. 2 pages a day, every day. That is my new goal starting from today. AVID, absorb, consistent. 3 words I'll carry with me. All right, friends, let's bring episode 7 to a close. 3 big ideas from today. Number 1, reading matters deeply. It builds empathy, sharpens your concentration, grows your vocabulary, and gives you a depth of knowledge that shorter media simply cannot offer.
Number 2, build the habit with tiny steps, just 2 pages a day. Create a dedicated reading space. Protect a consistent time slot every day. The habit will grow naturally from there.
And number 3, read smarter. Give every book 50 pages, then decide. Highlight the parts that matter. Summarize after each chapter. Talk about what you read. Make the knowledge really stick.
Here's my personal challenge for you this week. Pick up one book, any book at all, and read just 2 pages tonight. That's all, 2 pages. Let us know in the comments what you chose to read.
If today's episode inspired you in any way, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. It truly helps us keep making content like this.
Episode 8 is coming. We're talking about cleaning habits. Does a tidy space really change how you think and feel? Spoiler, it absolutely does. See you in episode 8.